Peace and blessings to the 12 tribes of Israel. Today I'm going to deal with a video commentary share called Angry Therapists. So this is a black therapist who made a series of TikTok videos where she's having a go at black men. She's really jamming the knife into black men, calling us all sorts of names and being very, very disrespectful, very nasty with it, and being an angry black woman, right? Now, she professes that she's trying to help black men, but when you watch her videos, there's not so much trying to help black men, but what you see is just vitriol and anger for black men, right? All you see is someone that is incredibly hurt and incredibly angry and just can't stand black men and black male authority. Anyhow, let's hear her talk.
So yesterday on Twitter, I went viral because a bunch of men got butthurt for me telling them to better themselves. They're mad because I called them dusty bitches and wanted them to be accountable for their fuck shit behavior, but like, go off, king. Be shitty. That's fine with me. Like, I was dead ass like, hey, go talk about the shit that hurts you and plagues you and has traumatized you. So you can basically learn the emotional vocabulary required to express yourself to make your life easier. And they were like, fuck this bitch! Poor unhealed sons. Now, I know a lot of y'all think the only socially acceptable response to things that you don't like is anger. But I'm here to tell you, when you go to therapy, you learn a variety of other emotions. And when you learn to communicate those things, your life gets easier. But instead of being accountable, you want to displace your hatred for your father on me. Go talk to somebody about why that is, King.
One thing you notice about these series of videos is that this woman feels the need to show everybody the size and shape and look of her breasts. Does this woman own a bra? Does she own a bra? Or maybe she's trying to tell men something. Why would you show your bosoms hanging down like that? Why would you do that? Why would you put the camera in such a level that everybody gets to see your bosoms hanging down? We don't need to see your bosoms. We know the type of person who you are. You're not a nice person.
I want to get something off my chest about the black man that thoroughly frustrates me. Can I do it? I'm gonna fucking do it anyway. You know, my favorite flavor of ice cream is hardworking black man, but I can't seem to find that flavor in the store no more. And I'm trying to figure out what the fuck why. In my experience, specifically when it comes to dating, black men just off top want bitches to submit, but provide nothing to submit to. Nowadays, y'all don't even have the education or credentials to be talking to a bitch. Especially out the side of your neck. I found that in a lot of intimate relationships, there's this pit-pat like competition of who makes the most and who does this and who does that when it should be a symbiotic relationship. Black men are so consumed with being dominant and being on top for what? At the cost of dimming your bitch's shine. I was in a relationship with someone who said they no longer respected me the moment I started making more than them.
Dirty behavior.
This is what passed for modern day woman. Now, the modern day woman. Now, I'm not saying that all women are like this. Not all women are like this, but she typifies the traits of the modern day female. All the wicked traits. The breasts hanging down, virtually hanging out. The vulgar language. The negative traits of masculine behavior, no femininity, no decorum, no respect, no dignity, just nothing. There's nothing there. It's just an empty vacuum of a human being. This is a woman that is truly expressing that she needs therapy. And she's having a go at men because she feels that the black man is very problematic. But what she's showing by these videos is that she's very problematic.
Worst therapist of all time. Let's get into it. Okay, so men are very upset, which is good because anger initiates change. If you're uncomfortable by the shit I'm saying, that means you need to go talk about it. So I've been very nice to y'all. I've been saying, hey, don't manipulate bitches because like we're human beings and I have to like counsel us through that. So like, hey, just like go to therapy, talk to somebody about the shit that's like upsetting you, and maybe you might like learn something. And they were like, oh no, never, you're a worst therapist ever. You should lose your license.
Someone like this lady or this sister is severely disqualified from giving men or women any kind of useful advice, especially black men and black women, because you don't show wisdom. You see, when a woman has wisdom, there's a way in which she carries herself, and this is not it, right? Let me go to Ecclesiastes 7, and we're going to read we'll just read 2 verses. We'll read from 25 to 26. I applied mine heart to know, and to search, and to seek out wisdom, and the reason of things, and to know the wickedness of folly, even of foolishness and madness. So basically, your life should be about seeking wisdom so that you know the difference between unrighteousness, being evil, wasting your time with something which is not giving much fruit, and righteousness. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. So the Bible says in verse number 26, and I find more bitter than death, the woman whose heart is snares. Your heart is not, this lady's heart is not pure. It's full of hatred and vitriol. So it says, whose heart is snares and nets. So snares and nets means there's a lot of deceit going on in that heart, right? There's a lot of anger and bitterness and revenge going on in that heart. And her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. So she uses her hands to entrap you, right? You can use your imagination with that. And the sinner shall be taken by her. So if you're a sinner, if you're a whoremonger, if you are someone that goes from bed to bed to bed to bed, someone who is full of sin, unrighteousness, evil, right? You look on our sisters with lust, right? Then you will be taken by a woman like this, because you just get taken in by her sexual allure. Not that this lady has much sexual allure, but we're talking in general terms. You be taken by her beauty, right? It doesn't mean that she's a nice person just because she looks beautiful. It just means that she uses her beauty as a way of trapping people. And then afterwards, the man realizes, oh, hang on, I thought this was gold dust, but this is not really gold dust, is it? Nope. And it's too late then, because she's got you. You sign your life away, you give away your house, your business, your bank account, your children's future up in flames. So that's the result of all of this. And by the least, you end up wasting your time.
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry that I called y'all dusty bitches because y'all are perpetuating dusty behavior. For the people who are saying in the comments, mostly men, that my license should be taken away, that's not how that shit works, boo-boo. I went through a lot of schooling and a lot of tests and internships and practicum hours to earn said license, and I'm not gonna lose it because your feelings are hurt. In fact, because your feelings are hurt, I'm the perfect person for you to talk to.
If you as a black man are still listening to this woman, or still being in therapy with this woman, still talking to this woman, you need your head testing, because this is not a professional therapist. This is not a grown woman. This is a child with childlike behavior. The type of behavior that the modern day black women likes to copy. She thinks that it's fun to have tattoos all over your body with your breasts hanging out and with this kind of crazy demeanor. It's not funny. And it's not very attractive to men. And you could least of all last very long in a marriage or relationship with that type of behavior.
So a lot of people are like, hey, I'd never go talk to her because of the person who traumatized me. Things to be addressed in therapy. Now, I did say that 90% of my clientele were men. That was true at one point in time. It has shifted to mostly women now who are recovering from narc abuse. Go fucking figure. But when I was counseling the mans, we worked on emotional intelligence. The same thing that y'all guys need to work on. Like, I'm not your enemy. I never have been. The message of what I'm saying is healing. And you heal yourself, things just tend to work or function a little bit better because you know yourself and you know how to navigate through this horrible bitch. And I even validated for y'all that y'all experience is very difficult. But again, y'all refuse to see behind these ass cheeks.
Don't flatter yourself. Nobody decent wants to get between your legs. All you're going to attract is a bad boy. And what does a bad boy give you? 100% guarantee a bad result. So a bad girl attracts a bad boy equals a bad result. And it's 100% guarantee a bad result. Equal tears, equal more unhappiness, equal more being angry and bitter, and more the hatred for black men, blaming all black men for your own choices.
Let's see what else. Some people were like, oh, her delivery is off. Do you think I call my clients dusty bitches? No, just internet males who need to heal. I show unconditional positive regard. I'm actually quite reserved in session. This shit is the fucking internet. You have to be loud and expressive to get y'all attention. And I think I've gotten y'all attention. So now that you're here, Big Papa, I know you're upset. Let's explore why we're upset. Actually, can you tell me where in your body you might feel upset? Actually, let's do an exercise for when the PTSD that y'all inevitably all suffer from comes. It's called triangle breathing. In 3, hold 3, out 3. It might help, King, with all that aggression that you're exhibiting to me.
Unfortunately, this is the modern day black woman. This is why a lot of brothers now are getting their passports and they're jumping ship. Because they're looking for a wife, and what they're getting in the Western world is not really fit for purpose. Unfortunately, the whole system is set up to be against men. So because we live in a very feminine kind of matriarchal system in the Western world, and everything is set up to go against the family, against the nuclear family unit. And unfortunately, I can't see this getting any better. It's going to get worse. Men are going to continue becoming more and more feminine, and women are going to continue becoming more and more masculine. Well, you don't need me to tell you that a lot of the reasons why society in general, why the Western world and the world is becoming more and more far away from the God of the Bible, because the church hasn't done a really good job. And one of the things that the church was supposed to do was have the older women pass down knowledge, wisdom to the younger women. And unfortunately, that hasn't been done. So now we have a situation where the older women and the younger women are competing. And that's not really going to get you anywhere, because all it does, it gives you broken relationships and broken children.
Let's see what else. Some people were like, oh, her delivery is off. Do you think I call my clients dusty bitches? No, just internet males who need to heal. I show unconditional positive regard. I'm actually quite reserved in session. This shit is the fucking internet. You have to be loud and expressive to get y'all attention.
When you find people like this, don't go on a date with them. Don't go on any kind of date with them, because it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time and a waste of money. Just ignore them. If you feel the spirit moving in you, you can pray for her. Pray that the Lord intercedes and she repents. But that's about it. Stay away from someone like this. This person is vile.